Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Lunch and Learn sponsored by the Do Space. My name is Julie. I'll be your facilitator this afternoon. I'm happy that you are with me. I see some familiar names out there, so that is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put the chat over here on another monitor. So if you do have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I'd be happy to answer any of them for you. After the session is over, there will be a recording available. I'm having to report it to my computer. Evidently, the cloud is full for the Do Space, but no problem. I'll get the recording over to them. So if you want to review this again, they will have access to that. In addition, if you have any questions, you can email me at jdospace@gmail.com. Hey, today we're going to be looking at Microsoft Outlook. So I'm just going to dive right in here. I've got my Outlook open. So when you log into, there's two ways to access Outlook. You have an app that you can access. You also have a webmail. The last time we did this, I did the app. So this time I'm going to look at it from the webmail perspective. There are a few differences. So we will go through those. I did clean up my inbox, if you're wondering, about a half an hour ago. I put everything in one folder for you, but I will show you how to do that. I had quite a few random emails hanging out there. So, but when you log into your Outlook account, this is what you're going to see from the web-based. So over here on the left-hand side, I have the ability to go into my my app launcher. So underneath my app launcher, excuse me, that's where I have access to go into Microsoft Word 365, Excel 365, PowerPoint, and so on. So those dots take me to that information. I can also go into my my OneDrive from here. Down below, you can see that blue is highlighted. So I am in my inbox, in my email. One of the other things that I want to look at today is the calendar and your contacts. So that is looking at the right-hand side here. If I keep going down, you can create a to-do list for yourself. You can access the OneDrive. So there's a couple of different ways to do that. And then, of course, they've got more apps for you to review. Moving in just a little bit, I have three ribbons. I have my home ribbon, I have my view ribbon, and I have the help ribbon. So we're going to spend the majority of our time today on the home ribbon. Right below that, I have the ability to create a new email, a new event, a new group, a new storyline post, or to open some of the more common Microsoft Office 365 apps that are utilized in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Down below that, I have all of my inbox information. So it looks like I've got 5 drafts hanging out there. I've got one item that I have deleted. And so we'll take a closer look at these. I'm just going to take you on a tour right now. If I want to go into my sent email, I can click on sent email. It will show me all of that. I'm just going to go ahead and go back into my inbox. So yeah, inbox, where was I sent? Deleted, junk email. You know, if they tell you, if you get a call from the company and they say, well, have you checked your spam or have you checked your junk email? I don't have anything in there. I can tell that because there's a 5 over here. There's a 1 over here. The 5 and the 1 means that I have not opened them yet. Looks like I have 57 emails that I haven't opened in my inbox that I have put in various folders. Now, why haven't I opened those? Probably by just say thank you, or there's no need for me to open them because I can already see. I can see what it is. So that's that piece of it. Now, let's see, where else do we want to go to? All right, let's go ahead and start. Just get our hands dirty here this morning, this afternoon, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on new email. And when I click on new email, you see that I have multiple additional ribbons that show up. So right now I'm on my message ribbon. And I'm just going to come down here and we're going to say, okay, who do I want to send these to? The people that populated are people that I email or have emailed recently. I'm just going to go ahead and use either my email or a friend's email so that we're not bothering anybody. So when you go in the two, you can put as many people in the two as you would like to. If you have a group, you can put a group in there. So if you know the name of the group, maybe you've got a group of 20 or 25 people that you want to email at once. You can simply type in that group name. When you type in the two, then we'll talk about the CC and the blind CC here in just a little bit. Then I'm going to come down to add a subject. Now, when you go to add a subject, it's very important that you're very specific as to what this eval is about for a couple of reasons. So that the person that's receiving the email knows what the content of the email contains. And so that if you're ever looking for it again, this will really help you if you are very specific as to what this email contains. So I'm just going to go in and I'll call this example. And then I'm going to come down and I can click to start typing. So when I start typing, if you were with me last week when we were looking at Gmail, Gmail is a little bit different because it has all of the tools down at the bottom. With Outlook, we have all of our tools at the top in a ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and okay. So I have a signature block in here automatically that just says sincerely Julie. I think I set that up actually in the app, but we can do it in both places. So I'm just going to say, hi Pat, hope you're doing well. Put a short message in there, and then when I go to click on send, I can click on send or I can schedule a send as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot off this simple email. Maybe she's on her email, she'll respond to us and we'll have something in the inbox. Otherwise, I will email myself some information and we will work with that. So again, I'm just going to come up, I'm going to click on new email. We're going to talk about some of those other features that we didn't see. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to start emailing myself so that I have some stuff in the inbox. And so that I'm not filling up her box. So two, I'm just going to send this email to myself. Actually, I've sent myself emails before. It's kind of a common practice before cloud computing came around. When I used to need to save a document, something that was important to me, maybe when you needed to have access to your resume or a cover letter or pertinent information. That's what I would do. I would email it to myself. So it's always been kind of a common practice for me to email myself information. Let's talk about the two, and we're going to talk about the CC. So what is the CC? The CC stands for carbon copy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I'll use my JD do space. There it is. And I will copy myself on another email. So what's the difference? Why is one white and why is one yellow? So what is telling me that this is my Metropolitan Community College account? So it is telling me that this is internal. This is telling me that it is external. Nothing wrong with that. It's just simply saying that, hey, you're sending this outside of the organization where this email is through. Why would I want to carbon copy somebody? For my full-time job, or even for let's say work that I do with the do space. When I email people out about Accelerate or different programs that are going on, I typically will copy someone at the do space depending on who is the representative for the lunch and learn during that time. So I might copy them if they want me to copy them on email correspondence that goes out to different people. It's just so that they know that that was done, or if you want somebody to reply back, then they'll know to reply to all, and everybody will get the email, and you won't have to forward it or worry about somebody else not getting the information. So that is the carbon copy. The blank carbon copy serves a couple of different purposes. The first purpose is if you're a volunteer. So I volunteer at an organization, or a couple of organizations, but I've got one in mind right now. And when I first started volunteering for them, you would get emails, quite frequently, 2 or 3 times a week on different events that were going on, or when they needed assistance with something. And we were all, everybody was in the tube. That bothered me for one reason. I shared my personal contact information with them. And I didn't know everybody in the group, so I wasn't comfortable with my email being shared with people that I didn't know, that I didn't give them permission to. So, privacy is one reason. Another reason is because if you blind carbon copy people, they go to respond, number one, you don't see who got the email. But I think the most important thing is, if you go to respond, you can't click on reply to all. How many times has your inbox been filled with information that, of an email with somebody saying thank you? Okay, if you need to say thank you to somebody, just email them. Don't click on reply to all. That will avoid that. Clicking on or putting in blind carbon copy. That will avoid, 125 getting an email. Saying thank you or have a nice weekend or whatever the case may be. Now, if it's appropriate that the whole group get the email, then absolutely. But so many times my inbox has been filled up with different things that I don't need to see. Okay, so then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add a subject. So I'm just going to call this the lunch and learn. Well, there we go. That looks a little bit better. And then I can come down here and I can insert whatever I would like to put in the message. Now, you'll note that at the top you have several different options. Starting over here on the left-hand side, this is just the ability to undo something. We don't need that. You also have your clipboard, so you can cut and you can copy information in here just like you can in any other application. Now, why is that grayed out? It's grayed out for 2 reasons. Number one, I don't have anything to copy. And so I don't have anything highlighted, and I don't have anything to cut because there's no information in the body of my email, or I don't have anything selected. We'll do that here in just a little bit. You do have your format painter. If you're not familiar with the format painter, we'll talk about that. You have all your different fonts for you to choose from, and your different sizes. You have your bold, you have your italic, your underline, your strike through, your text highlight color, your text color, your font color. This will clear all of the formatting, the AB with the little eraser on it. That will clear the formatting. So if I put something in here and it said, oh, I don't like that, I just want it to be plain text, I can click on that. I can put in a list if I want to with bullets. I can put in a list with numbers. I can decrease the indent. I can increase the indent. So a lot of this is probably looking very familiar to you because you see this in so many different software packages, but it's available to you in Microsoft Outlook as well. If I click on the down arrow, I can determine my spacing. Again, a very common tool that we see in Microsoft Word. If I click on the 3 dots, the 3 dots are always going to give us more information. So I can align, I can left align, I can center, I can right align. I can, let's come back here. There we go. line left to right or right to left. We'll look at that again once we get some text in there. We can put in a quote, we can change the case. So if you copy and paste something, maybe you found something on the internet that you want to share with somebody, it's an all uppercase, you can change that. And you can put it in sentence case or capitalize each letter. You have your subscript and your superscript as well. Then next to that, you have your different styles. So you've got normal, you've got heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and quote. Next to that, you have the ability that paperclip. That paperclip is a universal symbol for an attachment. So I can add an attachment from my computer, from the OneDrive. I can upload and share something. I can share a link, or I can go to, I'm not even sure what these are, something that I was recently in. I can share a link itself. I can come over and I've got different signatures. Remember I said that we were going to talk about those signatures. We will go into those here in just a little bit. What's this next tool that we've got? Okay, so that's different apps. That's something that's and you're polling. Excuse me. So we will this grouping we will not touch on. If you want to dictate something, you can certainly do that. You can place your cursor down here. I can turn on the dictation. It's in English. I want that to be in English. Let's see, will it turn on for me? There we go. Yep. Allow. Please confirm that there's connectivity and try again. It might be because I'm using my microphone for the Zoom call, but that usually works. I'm kind of surprised that it can't multitask. Oh, there we go. Maybe it's going to work now. Awesome. So there it is in action, folks. Hello, comma, enter. This is an example of how you can dictate an email in Outlook. Okay, so you can see that there's a few things that, turn that off. You can see that there's a few things that you'll have to do. It didn't capitalize, you know, the T in this, but not too bad. You know, if you're one that doesn't like to type, that's always an option for you to take a look at. So that's the dictation. Here is one with high importance, and I like to tell people that use this very cautiously, because personally, I don't like it when I get an email that's of high importance when it's not high importance. So if it's an emergency, pick up the phone and call that person. If it's something, you know, that you need an entire group to pay attention to, maybe you could send it out that way. But I like I say, use this extremely cautiously, because that high importance, what's important to you might not be important to the person that you're sending it to. All right, so let me go ahead and highlight this, and let's just play around with some of these tools a little bit. I can come up, oops, my Zoom is in the way. Just like in Microsoft Word, I can come in, I can say, okay, I want to use the Georgia font, or maybe I want Times New Roman. I don't have to scroll all the way down. I can just start to type in the font that I want, and it will automatically go to that in alphabetical order. Maybe I want something a little bit bigger. Maybe I want it in bold. I can make it fun. I can make it in a different color. Let's see. We'll just make it in this blue color. Some different things like that. Now, if I want to, I can insert a picture as well. So if I move over here to the insert ribbon, this allows me to insert So I've got some of the same things. I've got my attachment, my link, my signature. Here's pictures. Let's go ahead and take a look at pictures. So in here, I'm going to go in and look for some pictures. I'm not sure if I have any in the Outlook. I know I have some in Windows 11. That's for sure. Okay. So if I want to send some of these pictures in my with my Outlook, what I can do is I can select the pictures that I want. You can see that what's happening is I'm looking at one picture, but it's deselecting the next picture. So just to let you know, if you want to select more than one picture and they are adjacent to one another, you can hold down the shift key and it will allow you to select multiple items. If you want to select pictures, but they are not adjacent to one another, if they're not non-adjacent, you can hold down the control key and it will allow you to select those pictures. Okay, so that's just the shift key and the control key. I'm going to click on open and it will attach those pictures. It's just inserted them right inside of my email. So I didn't attach them. I inserted them directly into the email. Now, where is my cursor? There it is right there. So if I hit the enter key, I can force this to go down a little bit. You can also put in emojis. So lots of fun emojis. If you're an emoji person, all of your emojis are right here. You've got smiley faces, you've got people, you have animals and nature, you have food and drink, you have traveling places, you have objects, and you have symbols. So if you want to put in a symbol, you can go ahead and do that from the emojis. If you need to put in a table for some reason, you can insert a table into your email. You can also, here is the format text, which we were looking at earlier. You have the ability to draw if you want to, and there's some additional options. For example, if you don't ever want to see the BCC or the CC, you can take those out. If you would like, I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but you might. So those will put those in there for you. Okay, let me go ahead and click on send, and it's going to send this email out. I should be getting that. Let's see what happened to this one. This is mail delivery system sub. Huh. But it doesn't tell me which email it was. So it's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Well, we got a couple of emails now. So let's talk a little bit about what we can do with these emails. Emails can be stored just like you store any other files. So particularly with this one, the mail delivery subsystem, I'm going to select that one. And I'm just going to come up and say, hey, I want to delete this one because I don't need that. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Now with this one, let's say that I want to save it in a specific file folder. I can come down and I can tell it that I want, if I go to folders, I'm just going to click on my folders here. Where is it? Okay, so what I did was I just did a right click, and I can create a subfolder of this folder if I want to, or we'll do that first. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my subfolder, and I'm just going to say Lunch and Learns. If I go to my inbox, you can see that I have my Lunch and Learns in there. I can click on this email and I can drag and drop it into my Lunch and Learn. So if I want to see all my Lunch and Learns email, I just click on this and it will list all of them. In this case, it's only going to be one. If I click on this to read it, and then I close it to go back, you can see where that one disappeared. Okay, so you can create your own folders if you want to within the subsystem. Let's go back up and create another new email. I'll just send this one to myself again. Now, and subject. Okay, so in this subject, let's go in and look at some of the tools that we have not looked at yet. I'm going to go back to the insert ribbon. We looked at pictures. Let's go ahead and attach a file to this. So if I want to attach a file to this, let's say that I just want to attach the technology in the workplace lunch and learn. So I'm just going to attach this Word document. In Outlook, this works a little bit different. Your attachments are right underneath the subject. They're right underneath the subject area, so you can look at those there. Most emails that I have used, they will be at the bottom. In Outlook, they are right below the subject, so that's where you will look. If you receive this email, and you'll be able to download this or open this file, I will show you that here as soon as we send this. So I'm going to come in. We inserted an attachment. We've already looked at pictures and emojis. So let's go back in. Again, I can highlight that if I want to go back to my message ribbon. Back to my message ribbon. I can make this larger if I want to. I can highlight it. Earlier we went in and we changed the text font color. You can also highlight information if you want to. So if there's something in your email that's important that you want it to jump out at people, you can certainly highlight things if you would like. So let's go ahead and send this one as urgent, so you know what that looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and click on send. And that will come into me here in just a minute. Just making sure that there's no questions from the group. It's not sending very fast, is it? There it is. And then here in just a second, it will show. Oh, here, I need to go to the inbox. There we go, that helps. So there's where that exclamation point will show up. I also have a paperclip here, so that's telling me that I have an attachment on here. So if I click on this, by the way, if you have an attachment, if the email is from someone that you have not heard of, you might want to be very careful about opening up the email, especially if they sent an attachment with it, because you don't want to receive any viruses from someone. So once you receive an attachment, what you're going to do is you can either download it or you can preview it. So let's just go ahead and preview it. Okay. And that's really just an outline of what we did in January. And just to let you know, since we're in that document, technology in the workplace training, we are going to offer that again in April on Sundays from 11 to 1. So if that's something that you're interested in, please go ahead and sign up for that. It will be every Sunday in April from 11 to 1. We'll be covering Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Okay, so off topic there, we went into the preview. We can also download it if we want to. So I'm going to download it. It's going to come right up here to my downloads, and I can open this in a Word document. It's going to go to my other monitor. I'll just pull it over here real quick so you can see that it actually downloaded, and you can download this. Now, a lot of people will ask me, which email should I use? Should I use Outlook? Should I use Gmail? Which one do you prefer? I use both of them. So, you can have more than one account. You can have multiple accounts if you want to. You can have a Gmail account, a Yahoo account, Outlook account. I can't think of any other emails that are out there. I'm sure there's multiple, but right off the top of my head, I can't think of them. All right, so that's a little bit about email. Let's go in and go down and look at our contacts. So let's go in and look at our people. So in our people, I had quite a few contacts in here, mainly that I used for demonstration. I went ahead and deleted those this morning. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to say that I want a new contact. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in their first and last name. I guess I'm supposed to put the last name down below, so I can put this up. Okay. And then the email address. So you can add as much information in here as you would like to. You've got email address, you've got mobile phone number, you've got company, work, any other notes. So anything that you want to add, you can do that. Now this is labor intensive. If you if you don't have these saved anywhere, this is going to be labor intensive for you to type in all of this information. But you can go through. I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me type. You can add a picture of the person if you would like to. And let's see, where is the save? There it is down at the bottom. So I'm just going to click on save. Oops, it didn't like the email address. Oh, I forgot the app. And I don't know where the 32 came from. Oh, I know what it did. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Now I can click on save. So now I have one contact, and I can always update that information if I want to. So that's where you would add a new contact. However, if you want to upload or import contacts, you can do that. I have a Microsoft Excel file. I thought I had it open. Maybe I don't have it open. But I have an address book example in my Outlook folder for today's presentation. I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to open that. So when I go in, this is just a database in Microsoft Excel that I compiled for demonstration purposes. These addresses are not correct, nor are these emails, so or the phone numbers. But what you need to do, you can compile all of your information in Microsoft Excel or whatever is easiest for you. And then you can save it. In order to import, what you need to do is you need to have this in a CVS file. Okay, so the CVS file is going to be in Microsoft Excel. Now you can import information into Microsoft Excel from just about any source that you want to. Just keep that in mind. As a matter of fact, that's something that might be a good lunch and learn. That's something that we haven't covered. At any rate, if we go to File And then I come down here and I say save as, and I'm just gonna click on browse because I don't want to go to my OneDrive. This will browse out here in just a second. What I need to do is I need to come down here and tell it that I want it to be CSV, so comma delimited, doesn't matter. That's just the way that most email packages work, that you need to upload information from a CSV file. So I'm going to click on save. Now, when I go back to my Outlook, I have two, what it looks like I have identical files, but I really don't. I have an Excel file, an XLSX, and I have a CSV file. So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my email. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to manage contacts. Underneath manage contacts, I'm going to tell it that I want to import the contacts. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on browse. And it says, okay, where are these? And I browse back out. So this might be a little bit of a challenge. Just kidding, here they are. There's my Outlook, and there's my CSV. Now, why am I only seeing the CSV when we just looked and there were 3 files in there? I had a PowerPoint file, I had an Excel file, and I had a CSV file. Try to say that really fast. The reason that I'm only seeing the CSV file is because that's the only one that's compatible with Outlook. So I can select that, click on open. I can tell it that I want to import this. Five contacts were imported. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on close. And you can see that I have my 5 contacts right over here. So if I go back to my email and I click on new email and I start to type in David, I've got quite a few Davids here populated from Metro, but here's my example, my mock example. Here's david@gmail.com. That populated because I have that in my contacts, okay? So here it is. Oh, no, it's Stu Hamilton. Okay, let me go back to my email, make sure that that populates for me. There it is. Okay, now I'm not going to send this person an email because I do not know them. So I'm just going to go ahead and X that out so it doesn't accidentally send something. But once you've got them in your contacts, it will populate in the CC, in the BCC, wherever you want it to. So that is my people. All right. So now I'm going to, just looking through here to see if I, likewise, if you want to take your contacts and maybe you're using one particular email and you want to move your contacts from one email, maybe it's from a Gmail to a Gmail, or maybe it's from an Outlook to an Outlook, or from a Gmail to an Outlook, you can do so. I can come over here and I can tell it that I want to export the contacts, and I can say I want all the contacts. So I'm just going to click on export, and again it comes up here and it says, okay, here's your contacts. See how fast that was? And it will open up another file here in just a second. It looks like my row height is a little off. Let me see if I can that change. I don't know why that would be so. Oh, okay, so my notes are long. So they're all here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so those are all my contacts. So you can see it doesn't take very long. It will give you all of your contacts. Let's see. So let me go down and let's create a new group. So I'm going to say that I want to create a new group, but I'm just going to call this my lunch and learn example. Oh, I see what it's doing. I'm not sure whether this will let me. It might. Okay, now I'm gonna discard this because this is not the type of group that I want. Because this Outlook account is associated with an institution, it would work a little bit differently. I should have gone into my other Outlook account. But we can get around that. No worries. So here are all of our contacts. You know, like I say, if you've got a contact and you don't want it, you can come up here and you can click on delete. I can delete one. If I want to select all of them at one time, I can come up here and click on the check mark. It will select all of them. I can delete all of them at once if I want to. And now my contacts are empty again. So that's a little bit about your email, your contacts. Let's go over to the calendar. The calendar is really cool. Looks like I've got some stuff on there already from a previous. Let's see what I've got going on in April. We got one April. Okay. So if I want to, I can keep track of my calendar from here. Let's just say that Monday, April 1st. Monday, April 1st, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to create a new event. Okay. Oops. All right, so on my new event, I want to go ahead and put in a title. What do I want to call this event or this meeting? I'm just going to call it. And that's going to be on the first from 1 to 4 o'clock. It's not going to repeat. You can have them repeat if you want to. You can put in a specific location if you would like to. It can be Zoom, it can be in Microsoft Teams, it can be in person, whatever the case may be. And I'm just going to put in here that the location is the Surfy Center. I don't need an address. I can come down here and put in a description. This is just for my scheduling, so that event will populate on my calendar. So you can see that that is on my calendar. Now I'm viewing the entire month, so I'm just going to view the week. You can view the week. You can view the month. Oh, there it is. Let's see what happened to it. You can view the month. You can view the week. You can view the work week if you have a traditional work week, whatever a traditional work week is these days, right? So or you can just do the day. If you just want to look at the day, you can just look at the day. I prefer to look at the week myself. That's just a personal preference. You can see that you can go through your calendar. Why are calendars so important? So that you can go back and you can see what you maybe how many hours you spent working on a specific project or how many hours you spent in particular meetings, some things like that. That's why I like to keep everything on a calendar. And it's marked very, very clearly for you when you do something like that. Okay, so you got your mail. I'm going to go back to mail. We talked about the calendar. We talked about the contacts. Some of the other things that I wanted to look at, let's see, where did that go? Format text, that's not it, the drawing. Options. Oh, okay, this is interesting. If you want to, you can request a read receipt. So what does that mean? Let's talk about what these mean for a minute. So request read receipt. When the person opens that email, you're going to get an email saying, hey, this person has opened the email. Therefore, if they say they didn't see the email or they didn't read the email, they didn't get the email, you got this confirmation, okay? You've got this confirmation that they read the receipt. You can request a delivery receipt. So when it hits their inbox, you could get a receipt. Again, things that I would use extremely sparingly. I'm disallowed, makes this message not allow restrictions by recipients. Okay. So you can change any of these that you want to. You can come over here and click on the save if you want to save the draft. So lots of good stuff in here for you to look at as well. Back in the home ribbon, let's go ahead and just set up another one to send. I'm going to send it to myself again. And I'll just put test in. So we've been sending these. If I click on the down arrow and I said schedule send, why would I want to do that? Well, let's see. It's Friday afternoon, and maybe I've got, a really important email to send out to my team or to my employees or, whoever it might be. But, as it gets getting later on Friday, that email is going to get pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. Maybe they're off this afternoon. Maybe they're just not reading their email. They're working on something else. A lot of times what I will do is I will schedule an email. If it's late enough on a Friday afternoon, I'll schedule it to send on a Monday morning. That way it's right on top of their inbox. Okay. So when you schedule a send, you've got a couple of different options. You've got tomorrow morning, you've got Sunday morning. You could customize it. So when do I want to send this? I want to send this Monday morning and March 18th. And I like to send them really super early. Because that way people will say to me, and I do get up early, by the way, what were you doing sending emails at 5 o'clock in the morning? So maybe I'll do like 5:02 so it doesn't seem like I set it up to send. So now this is going to send to myself at 5:02 on Monday morning. So I'm going to go ahead and click on send. There wasn't anything in there, but Monday morning I'll have another email in my address book for so that I can take a look at that. Looking for. Oh, there we are. I wanted to look at these signatures. So the signatures, I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to click on signatures. It's going to populate another window for me. And I'm going to add a new signature. So I'm just going to go in and edit the signature name. And I'm just going to call this my LNL example. So maybe this is my Friday. Maybe this is my Friday signature. So have a great weekend. I named it. I clicked on the plus sign to add a new signature, called it LNL example for lunch and learn example. Have a great weekend. Let's put some pizzazz to this. I'm gonna add some font color, maybe I want, let's see, we'll put it in purple, maybe boldface. Oh, actually, you know what, I should put it in green. Since St. Patty's Day is this weekend. Oh, font size, there we go. Make it as big as I want. And, oops, I scrolled too far, sorry about that. For new messages, formal signature, for replies. Okay, I think we're good. Let's click on save. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on the X. And let's go back to the inbox. And we're gonna click on new email. Uh-oh, what happened to my other signature? Oh, I didn't set it to my default. There it is, right there. L&L example. So the default is just have a good day, Julie. This would be my Friday signature if I wanted it. So just looking at some other things with along with Outlook. Outlook is, like I said, a package deal that comes with Microsoft Office 365. You can lease that, you can purchase it. Along with that, you get all of the software packages. You like I said, you've got Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Teams, SharePoint. Some of these I have not used. Just being transparent with you. You can go in and you can explore all of the apps if you would like to. There are a lot of different apps for you to take a look at. A lot of productivity apps that you can do. We talked about the to-do list. That's an app. Project. I didn't know that I had project. Huh. So Project is a software package. I'm sorry, I'm amazed that I have Project. I didn't know that. Project is a software package that will allow you to keep track of maybe you're planning a wedding or you're building a house or whatever the case may be. You can plan everything out. You can talk about, you know, what percentage of it has been done. See if you're on time with the projects and different things like that. So that is Microsoft Project, but this is where you would launch all of your applications. You would also launch your OneDrive from here. So this is a bundle with Outlook. You get all of that additional information. Okay, we are starting to come to the top of the hour, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull the chat over here. And make sure that there are no questions. I haven't seen anything quite yet. Everybody's been kind of quiet today. Just making sure that there are no questions about Microsoft Outlook. Again, if there's something that you think of that you would that you can't figure it out and you have a question, I am more than happy to have you email me. So the business card signature is something that is in the app itself. Let me launch that. Okay, so I'm not logged into my OneDrive right now, which is why this isn't 100% up to date, but let me go to the people, and I'm in business cards. Contact. There we go. So this is how you would build oh, how do you add a business card to a signature? I wasn't reading that correctly. So, but again, I think that's only something that you can do in the app. I am using 2016. But trust me, I've done training on this before and they all look a little bit different. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm in the app. I composed a new message and I can go to include business card. And it says, okay, what business card do you want to use? I'm just gonna go ahead and insert this first one. And it inserts. I don't think that you can do that in the web version, but let me take a look. So we've got insert, we have links. I've never seen that. Links, signatures. Yeah, I believe you can only do that in the app. So, but excellent question. Thank you. You are welcome. Any other questions? All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today, folks. This will conclude our Friday Lunch and Learn. Again, big shout out to the Do Space for everything that they do for the greater Omaha area. They are very, very busy, and it's a pleasure to work with them and to help to educate the community. So have a great weekend. Appreciate you joining me. And I hope to see you again sometime soon. Take care, folks. Have a great weekend.